What's your view on how modern ways and modern science and medicine has helped us, but also how modern ways of living have actually resulted in our decline? And would you even agree that that's a thing?
The meta hypothesis I don't know how to comment on, but let me talk about the stuff you said, and maybe we'll find our way to some kind of an answer that's satisfactory. Certainly, we become more sedate over time. We get less exercise, especially with modern technology. We have sort of deprioritized interpersonal social connection. There's a lot of negative stuff that spins off of phones and screens. There's a lot of negative stuff that spins off of not getting enough exercise. Is our diet better? Our diet's what's available to us is far better than ever before. Do we take advantage of it, or are we filling ourselves with crap? Open questions. And that seems to be the case across the board. So I think what you could say at a blanket statement level is, I mean, we are certainly living a lot longer than our ancestors, and a lot of us are going to end up living a lot longer than we expected to. That's really clear. Part of the reason I wrote this book is I've spent 20 years looking at regenerative medicine and longevity science, and 25 years ago, it was an absolute joke. It was nonsense. You were just being lied to about the miracle properties of testosterone. I mean, it has some benefits, don't get me wrong, but they're not what people think they are, and it works a lot more differently than most people know, but it's gotten much more mature. This is not what Gnar Country is about, right? Gnar Country is about the 50 years of research about what we absolutely know about peak performance aging, things you can bet the house on. Longevity science, regenerative medicine, you hear a lot about that. There's tons of podcasts. Everybody wants to talk about it, biohacking, this and that, and it's super cool, and I really like it. But we are at the front edge of that revolution. And historically, going back 25 years into longevity medicine, regenerative medicine, we get it wrong much more than we get it right. Gnar Country is about the stuff we know that works. And where we're going in longevity medicine, longevity science and regenerative medicine, we're going to get older. I mean, biotechnology alone is advancing so quickly that we gain 5 hours of life expectancy every day we manage to stay alive. So it's really moving. High quality second half of our life, whatever the hell that means, right? Wherever you are at on that scale, we've got some really good understandings of what it takes. Is it more related to primitive lifestyles versus modern lifestyles? It sort of depends where you were, way back in the day, or where you are today and how you're living. But I think the one thing that is really worth hitting on is you go into the blue zones, the longest lived communities on Earth, right? And there's some controversy around the blue zone research, but it's important to point out where that controversy is. The controversy in the blue zone research is not about the big lifestyle decisions, exercise, social connection, those sorts of things. It's around little dietary things. That's where the arguments are. And those are basically the same arguments that are going on in longevity science and regenerative medicine, which is why I say we know what the big levers are. The things that most people are focusing on are the smaller levers, and, lots of arguments still. I'm not saying don't do those things, but I'm saying if those are the primary things you're doing, that's probably not the best strategy.